Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim coming to you from I-10 westbound Jacksonville, Florida. I'm heading to a town called McKinley, something like that. It's where Walmart is. And this particular Walmart is the only one that I've been able to find. There's probably other ones. I only looked a couple that have any barbecue grills left, or the one that I'm interested in anyway. And I want to get another barbecue grill. I don't have any problem selling them when I'm done with them, thank goodness. So another one of these expert grills, or I may just get a little tabletop screw-on bottle propane barbecue grill. But I actually have a large 30-gallon propane bottle that I adopted, and I can run my propane hose to that, and I can have all the propane I need from now on to run that little thing. But I want to start cooking. It's getting a little warmer, and spring is getting closer, and everybody's been talking about they missed the cooking videos, and so we're gonna pick that up a little bit. I've got some ribs, I've got some chicken, I got a pork chop. I'm probably gonna have to throw that away. I defrosted it. I didn't cook it yesterday, and if I don't cook it today with the grill, it's still good right now. I'll have to throw it away tomorrow if I don't eat it today. I read your comments about buying veggies. No, just kidding. I love vegetables. I'll make those vegetables and put them in aluminum foil with some garlic and butter or some olive oil. Put them on the grill. They'll be delicious. Absolutely. Get myself a baked potato. Cut that up in little pieces. Put it in the aluminum foil. Yes. Yeah, we're going to start eating right. The nurse called from the eye surgery center, and someone wrote in the comments that I should go to the doctor. It looked like my eye was infected. Ooh, I freaked out. Well, I talked to the nurse, and she talked to the doctor, and believe me, they know when you tell them what you got going on without even seeing you, probably what's going on. And nothing is going on except for the fact that many people that get this surgery see relief of redness sooner than I have. Many people don't go through what I've gone through sooner than I have. It's not even a week. Tomorrow is a week. It was a week today I had the surgery. But what I've done is I've drove. I'm reading a lot, reading comments, reading the book, and watching TV, looking around, all of these things that put strain on the eye. But even though I'm doing that and I'm not seeing the redness relief that some people do that lay in the bed, from the day they get home and don't move, I'm under no risk of infection or any problem. Everything is going to be A-okay. So it's a little slower process. It could take a couple of weeks. It could take 6 weeks for some of this crap to go away. And the percentage of success rate is surprisingly low. I'm praying that the mainest thing when I go to the doctor is when he checks the pressure, that the pressure is still low. Because the goal is to get off those eye drops, or not to have to use them as much, or see low pressure. We don't want high pressure. Also, this is my good eye. Also, the vision is blurry. I asked the nurse, I said, is it normal? I said, I can close this eye and look out my right eye, and things are a lot sharper. And then I go like this and try to read anything, a bottle, anything, and it's blurry. Yes, that's normal, but some people, that sharpens up within a few days, and it's been almost a week today for me. So I'm not seeing the quick results, but I'm going to get the results. Praise God. And so enough of that. That's your update on the eyeball. I'm glad I got it done. It's just as much of a pain in the rear going through the recovery and the drops that I've got to do every 2 hours. When I had, before anything, and I didn't know I had pressure, and I didn't know I was going to go blind, I was, content with my unawareness. But it was dangerous. It was dangerous. And so I had to get that surgery. God saw me through it. Now, on RVs, I want to talk about RVs again. I got three things I want to talk about. Don't let me forget. One is on the economy. RVs. Somebody had sent me an email of a YouTube video of this very popular lady. She does very, very well. Gets tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views on her videos. And I remember watching her when she was trying to meet a man. She was talking about the dating thing and how one guy wasn't being honest with her and how she found out about him and all this stuff. And she got people watching her. Then she finally found a guy, and she's with the guy now, and they're very happy. And their YouTube channel has exploded. They collaborated. He was an RVer. He sold all his junk, moved in with her. She got rid of her junk. They got bigger junk, and they've done so well on YouTube that they've got a Grand Design RV, a fifth wheel, which are lovely. They're beautiful. I mean, a palace on wheels. But here's what I've learned because of her video and what makes sense. All right. When you tow, when you're carrying a tray of food as a waitress to the table, and you got to balance it, right? Or you take a bunch of dishes that you bust off the table, and you got everything on there. You cleaned as many things off that table. You got everything on there, right? How about when you're carrying a bunch of martinis or glasses of wine full of liquid, and you're on a tray, and you're walking even more careful, right? You say, all right, Baker, get to the point. What is your point? My point is, people talk about how these RVs are made of screws and staples and fall apart going down the road. If you were going down the road, and you know how people make a house of cards? They put the cards on there, and they get to lay one on there so gently or they can fall, or like dominoes. When you get a fifth wheel, I mean, this just makes sense to me. And it's got 100 windows in it. I mean, it's like Swiss cheese. What kind of rigidity do you think that trailer has going down the road, tweaking and twisting and going over bumps and all these potholes and all that? And that's what this lady was complaining about, saying that RVs aren't built like they used to be. And they're RVs, right? We know this. But like that little teardrop, like the little New Camp, it's just a solid little fiberglass thing. You can take that thing off-roading and it doesn't fall apart. So it's all about people that buy these big fifth wheels, and then what do? Then they buy themselves, do I get off here? Yeah, I'm already here. Wow, that was quick. Then they buy themselves one of them diesel Ford or Chevy trucks that's got big torque. You ever see some of these people pulling those big fifth wheels down the road? 80 miles an hour, like it's not even back there, because they got plenty of truck. And so what happens when you don't know it's back there? Let's get there. Let's go. Gas it. Instead of still driving 60 or 65 miles an hour, especially when you're pulling a piece of Swiss cheese that's on a house of cards with 100 windows in it, and there's no rigidity, and it's all like twisting and moving, heck yeah, things are going to fall apart. But you get a camper like a small one, or a casita, or a new camp, or, you know, even like something like mine with the Azdel walls and the aluminum double-sided roof joists, and, you know, a little more into construction, and the Dexter axles with no leaf springs, and you drive 60, 65 miles an hour, you got a better chance of things not falling apart than you do going 80, 75 miles an hour down the road with the biggest thing in the world that truck can pull, because you got plenty of money. And this lady's got plenty of money. They went and bought the biggest fifth wheel Grand Design, and just like that one I videoed yesterday that was best in show, the salesman even said, this is nothing that you go towing down the road. This is something you might move once or twice a year. You put it on a piece of property and forget about it, and you live in it. That's what I think the key is. You can tell me in the comments if you think I'm wrong. But I mean, wouldn't it make sense if you're pulling a box that has no rigidity, the walls are all cut out with holes, and there's just little frames kind of holding this whole thing together, you know, and there can be other quality made issues as well, but that doesn't help. That doesn't help. So she makes plenty of money because she's getting plenty of views, and she can just go buy herself another one. In fact, the more she complains about it, that's kind of her niche now, is about how dealers don't service you, and how her junk falls apart, and her island kitchen is falling down. They could care less. They got so much money, they can just go grab another one. Believe me, they can. And it's all written off in their taxes, which is what I'm going to be looking into. I mean, I want to benefit from some tax write-offs, but that's nor here or there about that. I'm just saying that to answer, you may want to consider that. If you're going to go out and buy yourself a fifth wheel, and you fall in love with one of these because you've got a high pay grade, you know, you've got enough money in your pension and your savings account to go to the RV show or go to the dealer, and you pick yourself out one of them, a Grand Design or any other brand that's just windows from front to rear. Just think about that. You got no rigidity. Tow that baby slow, and don't tow it often maybe, because it seems like you're going to be getting problems with something like that. You know, just makes sense, right? Let me know in the comments. Right now, we're going to go look at some grills over in the landscaping department. You ready? Let's go. All right, let's get out of this truck. Turn them lights out. Got my keys. Got my phone. That's how I pay with Walmart Pay. Why are you working? Oh, 3 times the charm. Don't get cheap on me, Toyota. Move this junk out of the way. Put your carts back, folks. Like I almost never do. There's a YouTube guy that goes around getting on people about doing it, and he's got millions of views. It's funny. It's called Cart Narcs. Narcs. And I don't know how he doesn't get beat up, because either they're staged, or he cuts out all the ones when he gets beat up, or he's a fast runner, because he goes up to people that leave their cart out, like I do a lot of times, and most people do. And I return them sometimes, most of the time, but not every time. I'd be lying if I say I did. And he, the landscape's way down there. I should have parked down there, darn it. And he gets out and he goes, "Hey, that's not where the cart goes." And people are like, "Huh? What?" And at first it's like, "Who are you? Like somebody that works here or something?" And then when they realize he's nobody but just bossing them, they immediately bow up. Everybody. They immediately don't want to do what they're supposed to do and tell him to go screw himself. And they chase him and threaten him, and then he puts a little
He throws this little magnet on their car, telling them they're a lazy bones, and then they get out and they're ready to kick his butt, and then they get back in the car because they don't want to go to jail. They just get out and threaten, and then he throws the magnet on their car again, and they get out. I mean, he just pushes it until, you know, a lot of them like chase him. I guess he's a real fast runner. You never see his face, but it's hilarious. And I got onto it because a subscriber of mine lives in New York, sent me this, and he's always sending them to me. And the guy's been doing it a long time. In fact, he doesn't go just to Walmart's. He travels the country and goes to all these different stores. Check out the YouTube channel, Cart Narcs. Anyway, let's go over here to the landscaping section. That's what I always call it, lawn and garden. And see about finding us a already assembled grill. And I'm really gonna get cheap on myself and think I'll buy one of those little small ones, you know, that you just put the little propane bottle on. But I'm not gonna use the propane bottle. I'm gonna be using the big bottle, bigger than these. I have the big one. I did forget to put my mic on, but I don't think we need it in here. Look at all the stuff they got out here. Stuff. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. They had one, the Expert Grill. Not, this is way too big. They had an Expert. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my goodness. They were cheap. Look at that, folks. Ready to go. That's going in my crusher. They're already sold out of these at some stores. But I was thinking about, where are they at, those? I think they're over here. I'm definitely going to get that, I think, instead of this. They get those little small ones. Where are they at? Not the charcoal. Not the griddle. I have one of those for my motorhome, for my camper. I've got one of those. I want fire. Huh. I do not see any of the small. They could be in the camping. 3 left. I'm definitely jumping on one of these. Let me pick mine out. Put that baby right on the, how are you gonna beat that? $96 assembled. This is my 3rd one, and the second one I had to build. I'm all about it. I paid $119. I paid, I don't know, 100 and something, low hundreds, and maybe 100. My average cost $100. $100 grill, brand new. They want $100 for everything used. I see over in the what do you call Facebook Market. Look at all these up here. They got the charcoal jobs. Oh, this is where those small ones are. Here we go. Let's see. That's the charcoal, right? Charcoal. And charcoal. Charcoal. Let's go. We can find it. Come on. Come on. It's got to be in here. Griddle. There it is. For $35, I can just get that. Throw that in the front seat. Should I do that? You know, that might be something I can even take with me and not have to sell the other one when I travel or I blow out. You can't beat the price of that one for $96. The 3-burner job. We got plenty of them. But these were also hard to find at a few stores, and for half, less than half, I can do the same thing. Sold. He gets cheap on himself. He gets cheap. And I've had many of these over the years. I love them, actually. And they cook it up big time. I've had a few of them. I really have. It's not my first rodeo. Thank you.
He's coming up when I move my parts up.
You see? We always go the cheap route. Hey, I feel very good about this. I got a gas grill. I got a table to put it on. I got propane to put in it. I got so much propane. And now I'm going to get some food. I'll put this in the truck and I'll go back inside and pick up a couple of things. And we will have us a cooking barbecue grill a little later. Now tomorrow I got to go back to West Palm. And I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave in an hour. I definitely get there before dark. I'm not driving in the nighttime. I'm not going to drive in the nighttime again, I think, the rest of my life. These LED headlights that people have on their cars are really bright and tough on a guy with bad eyes. So we'll be doing a review on the old, hey, it's an Expert grill too. Yeah, I've had a few of these when I used to live in California. And even when I had that little cottage I rented over in Sarasota, I've cooked up some chicken breast. I've cooked up some brats. I've cooked hamburgers. I've cooked it all. Ribs on this. It's just, it's just small. But when you're not cooking for a family and you don't need a bunch of cooking surface, and I don't have to tie it down in the back of my truck, this just seems like the way to go. This just seems like how you do it when you want to crush it.